Football Dad's Army. So the Premier League's back this weekend, and I can't wait. I can't wait. We go to Goodison Park to play Everton. If you remember last season when Sean Dyche took over his first game in charge, and they caused an upset. So I think we've got to be a bit cautious in this game. You know, they're probably going to play like a low block, 10 men behind the ball, just soak it all up and play a counter attack. I mean, these teams like Everton and the Fulhams and the Palaces and the Forest and teams like that in this world, they always turn up against Arsenal. They always find something special against us, don't they? Well, that's what it seems like to me. But I'm going to do this little preview what I would do in this game. I did run a poll because I've been advocating for Kai Havertz because I know I don't want to keep slagging him off. You're probably getting bored of me not being happy and telling you about Kai Havertz, how I feel about him, and maybe dropping him might be a thing to give him a kick up the arse, But, I decided, I thought, let me find out what the fans think. So I did run a poll. Who would you drop Havertz? Who would you replace him with if you was to drop Havertz? And I've just picked out 4 midfielders, and it was Emile Smith-Rowe, Leandro Trossard, Fabio Vieira, and Jorginho. I put them because Thomas Partey's injured. So Mohamed El-Neni is probably not going to be considered unless he was right down to the bare bones, I suppose. Players like that. So I done that little poll, and Leandro Trossard won it with 43% of the vote. I mean, Leandro Trossard playing that position. I think Trossard, could he be that number 8 box-to-box midfielder? Could he do that? Yeah, he probably could. But I like to see him. I like to see him in that front, as a number 10 or a winger, maybe even a number 9 up front striker. Maybe he could do that. Very closely second with 31% of the votes was Fabio Vieira, surprisingly. Jorginho only 3% and Emile Smith-Rowe with the other 23% of that vote. So, but I was thinking about the balance of the team. I was thinking, is it because Havertz is a left-footed player that he's is constantly being selected to play on that left-sided 8, with Declan Rice being a right-footed player, being in the midfield? Maybe it's to balance it, because we do also know that Martin Odegaard's a left-footed player, and the other midfielder there. So it's very hard to think to try and work it out why he keeps. I was trying to rack my brains why he was keep being picked, but I mean, I don't know if I would go with Havertz for this game. Maybe I think Arteta might. I think he might stick with what he was going to do, what he's doing. But you know what I would do? I would consider. Listen to this. Consider this. Zinchenko inverts from a left back into the midfield. He could be that balance on that left hand side of the midfield. Yeah. So listen to this. This is what I was thinking. I'd go obviously with Ramsdale in goal. I would go with Ben White right back, with Saliba and Gabriel centre halves. Zinchenko as the left back, but because he inverts. Listen to this. Have Declan Rice in a double pivot with Martin Odegaard. Now, hear me out. I know Martin Odegaard plays further up the pitch, but what I'm saying is, when Zinchenko inverts into that double pivot with Declan Rice, so you play like a double 6 there, then Odegaard will go forward and meet up with the attack. So in the attacking positions, obviously Saka and Martinelli on either flank. I would even consider swapping them, because they both invert. So, Saka's left foot and he plays on the right, Martinelli's right foot and he plays on the left, and they both invert onto their other foot. Maybe swap them over and have them going down the wings and crossing balls in. Not straight away, but I'll keep them on what they're used to at the minute. With them two on the flanks, Trossard as the 10 behind Jesus. Now this is what I was considering doing. Why not try and do that? And you know what? For the last 15 minutes or so, towards the end of the game, especially if we're winning it, then swap the 2 wingers over so they can get down the flanks, cross balls in either side, and maybe then subbing off Jesus for Havertz to play in that number 9, because he's a giant of a man. He's quite tall, he's over 6 foot, isn't he? And he might be able to get a bit of confidence back, might be able to nut a goal in. I mean, am I going crazy? Is that bad tactical thinking? Or do you agree with me? Let me know what you think in the comments there. What would you do in this game against Everton? Or would you just stick with what we've done the last 4 games and plod along and, you know, because I don't think we've really hit the ground running. I know we've only, I think we've got 10 points out of possible 12, isn't it? I think that's what we've got. 10 points out of 12, and we're joint second with a few other clubs. I haven't got the league table in front of me. I think it's that. Man City are the only team to get maximum points out of the first 4 games. But I believe that we've got a squad capable of winning this league. We really, really have. And I have got faith in the manager. I mean, I think he's a good tactical manager, and I do think he has been tinkering a bit too much at the start of this season, but last year he proved himself to me. Definitely 100% proved himself to me. And I'm not having it that it was his fault that we capitulated. You know, we had some problems with injuries, and it is at the wrong time. We might have, maybe we should have bought 1 or 2 more players in January before the end of the season, but I was happy with that title challenge, and we was top of the league for 90% of the season. I know we lost it. I know you had people like that Big Steve, the Man City fan, saying the blue sharks in the water behind us and we're going to get you, and he was right. Oh, he gets on my nerves sometimes, but yeah, but he was right. I'll see the video he's done with on the football terrace. He don't fancy us. He thinks Liverpool are going to finish in front of us as well. For some reason, I don't know why, but anyway. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you again soon.